Hello and welcome to Dopey, the podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. And thank you for coming.
I was jerking off Pioneer style recently, and you familiar with Pioneer style? You don't know what that is, man. Pioneer style.
I like strong, thick semen, you know? I like it nice and heavy. I want to feel the full burden of it on my shoulders. I don't spit or swallow, I chew.
After my divorce, and I was in like a really fucking super dark place, and I was thinking about punching my ticket, and my buddy was like, let's go do ayahuasca, it might help. It actually helped.
Tell us everything.
So I would shoot coke and I would lay down in a pit of pillows really fast, you know? But that didn't really work. So then I thought, you know what? Shooting coke is a high impact sport. I don't want to crack my head open. And I wore a bike helmet shooting cocaine.
All right, everybody sit down. All you Los Angeles people, I don't know how you guys live out here. Come sit down. Should I wait for a minute? Hello and welcome to Dopey, the podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. And thank you for coming. And you clap. It's very special. First, I want to say that this show is brought to you by Oro Recovery, located in sunny Southern California, founded by Bob Forrest and his very good friends, Evan, Jared, and Bob. They're all here. Raise your hand if you see Bob, Evan, Jared, and the other Bob. They have amenities you wouldn't believe: sound bath, meditation, equine therapy, yoga, the potentially spiritually transformative sweat lodge. I've said that ad for 5 years, or maybe longer, 7 years, and I'm incredibly grateful to Oro. So if any of you guys are all fucked up and need to go to get treatment, you should go to sunny Southern California. Let's hear it for Oro. And let's hear it for the nice people at the Brick Room in LA, because they're very nice people. Now, we have a lot to do. I'm very, very grateful you guys all came here, but I need to do this first. Where's Brad Katz? Brad, stand up. This is Brad Katz. I met Bradley in 1998, just before I started doing heroin, or maybe when I was doing heroin. Me and Bradley did a TV show back in the day. Years later, whilst I was still doing heroin, he texted me that we should do a podcast about drug stories. I was high, I didn't know what a podcast was, and I dismissed it. The next year, I got sober and I met Chris O'Connor. And I had just done this creative Last Jewish Waiter thing, and Chris was like, we should do something. And I was like, well, my friend Brad has an idea. And we stole the idea from Brad. So Brad deserves a crazy round of applause, because he is the creator of Dopey and one of my greatest friends. So let's hear it for Bradley. And then I also want to give a big shout out to my friend Jeremy. Jeremy, where are you? Jeremy Guskin. He's been on the show a million times. I met him in 1979. He's stage managing. He lives out here. It's very meaningful to me that he's here. So let's hear it for Jeremy. All right. And now, before we get to business, hey, it's Bill Taylor. Bill, stand up for a second. Bill Taylor, he runs the Trombone Shorty Foundation. He's coming on to run the Dopey Foundation. All right, Bill, now you sit down. Now, if any of you guys have been on the show, raise your hand. It's a lot of fucking people. Let's hear it for these guys who have been on the show. Alexis Haynes, Dopey, Amy Dopey Dresnner, popping out to see us. Let's hear it for Amy. Amazing, amazing. I'm very touched that you guys came here, and our first performer just won The Voice. His name is Adam David. I said, do you know any junkie songs? He said, I know The Needle and the Damage Done. I said, play it. Let's hear it for Adam David.
What up? All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's how that works, right? How you guys doing? Man, I just want to say I'm grateful to be here. It's been a pretty fucking crazy couple weeks for me. And it's just all like grounded in gratitude. March, I celebrated 6 years clean, and thank you. I could not have imagined that in 6 years I would be standing right here in front of all y'all to do what I love to do. So.
Caught you knocking on my cellar door. Love you, baby, can I have some more? Oh, damage done. Hit the city and I lost my band. Watch the needle take another man. Gone, gone, damage done. Sing this song because I love the man. I know that some of you don't understand. Milk blood, keep from running out. Seen the needle and the damage done. A little part of it in everyone. Every junk is like a setting sun. Seen the needle and damage done. Little bit part of it in everyone. Every junk is like a setting sun.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Adam David. Sounds so good. Do any of you guys actually watch The Voice? Anybody? How good is he, though? Even if you don't watch it. Amazing. Bill, don't you think he'll be good for a show? Yeah, see, Bill gives him the thumbs up. There are a lot of people here that I'm so grateful to have here. I want to make an announcement first. Margaret Cho and Bobby Lee are not coming. All right, just deal with it. I'm just getting it out of the way. Just deal with it. Margaret Cho has pink eye. Bobby Lee is in Hawaii. They will make it up to us. So let's hear it for Margaret Cho and Bobby Lee, even though they didn't come. But let's also hear it for Annie Letterman, who came. Fucking Mosha Kasher came. The great Rich Roll, right? Fucking amazing. Bob Forrest is someplace in the house. We would be nothing without Bob. Bob, I want to just say this. I should say it when I have him on, but I'm going to say it now. Met Bob while I was serving French fries at Katz's Deli, and Bob had treated Chris. And I ran up to him and I said, will you come on the show? And he said, yes. So I want to give a huge thank you to Bob. And even more importantly than that, we got to move this stuff. So I'm going to talk to you guys for a little bit. Have a little time. we need to, I don't know if we take a moment of silence or we give a round of applause. Let's give a round of applause to Chris O'Connor because he would have loved to do this, I think. He might have liked to do this, but he doesn't get to. And love Chris. And I know a lot of you guys, how many of you guys actually listen to the show? All right. How many of you don't listen? Raise your hand if you don't listen to the show. Yeah, don't listen to it. It's not worth it. I don't recommend listening to the show. It's a total fucking disaster. Now, there's a comedian. His name is Mosha Kasher. He has a couple books. He has a book called Kasher on the Rye, and he has a book called Subculture Vulture. And somehow, he allowed me to interview him in a very, very intimate place in his hotel room on the Upper East Side. We got in bed together, and he told his story. And here he is, the great Mosha Kasher.
Yeah, I fucked Dave in New York, guys. Yeah, I laid Dave down and fucked him in New York. It was awesome. How are you guys? Dave called me. He's like, I want you to come. I want you to come to the show. I want you to rip these people apart. I want you to really go for them. And then I looked at the crowd, and I'm like, I'm not ripping these people apart. You guys are the scariest bunch of murderers I've ever seen in my life. I'm not fucking with. But this is like, if you put listens to a drug addiction recovery related podcast crowd into an AI image generator, it would spit you out for sure. 1000%. Let's find out who relapsed the most recently. Let's, any ayahuasca heads? Have we got any A heads? Yeah, you done it? I've never done it. I've been sober since fucking the 90s. And I got sober when I was a teenager. But, wow, you guys got real quiet like I was about to get vulnerable. I thought I was gonna sing Needle and the Damage Done, you guys. No, I got sober super young, but my wife, she wanted to do it, and she asked me, and I was, I'm clean and sober, but I'm not a fucking square, So I was like, yeah, babe, do it. You go do it. Go do it. And those of you not familiar, why am I usually say this to a crowd of normal people without criminal records, so I say that part. Ayahuasca, it's where you drink a bunch of stuff, and then you shit your pants, and you meet God, and she's Latina or something like that, I was like, yeah, honey, do it. You go on your journey. I'll stay home. I'll watch our kid. I'll be cool. And she went and did it in the traditional setting, a garage in Sherman Oaks, with an authentic shaman, a white dude named Kyle who'd heard of Peru. And I was cool, man. I stayed home with the kid. I watched our kid. I didn't even mention mommy's a drug addict. I didn't even bring that up. She came back home and she was like, after her weekend of ecstasy, I was like, what happened? Did you have any revelations? Did you learn anything about yourself? Did you have any ayahuasca revelations? She goes, yeah, I did, actually. I realized it was about you, actually. I realized you're not like my husband. You're more like my son's bend. I said, what? She's like, my son's been, like my son husband. Like, how you're immature and have untreated ADHD and I have to raise you basically and clean up after you and I'm essentially living with a teenage boy. You're my son's been. I was like, okay, cool. I actually had an ayahuasca revelation of my own just now. You're a bitch. You're my bitch wife. You're my bife. Got me a bife. Anybody else got a bife? You guys are such a cool looking crowd, dude. I can't get over it, man. It's like every cliche of recovery possible is here right now. Dude in the Stacey Adams with a fedora, just a Kimbo. Guy that just got out of a tube in Malibu. Fuck, man. It's cool. Fuck, I'm no offense. You look, he's 16. Oh, shit. Are you in recovery? No. You will be. Why is he? Is that your son? Is that your son? Oh, okay. That's a wild parenting choice. What would be a cool mommy-son date is the Heroin podcast show. It's all good. I got your back, though. I got your back. That was a cool song up front, huh? About knitting? Yeah, man. Because you can do some bad damage if you don't have your finger work right. Shit, that's crazy. You surf? For real? You got that look? You're wasting that look? What do? You finger people? Sick. All right, cool. You're good. Yeah. It was either this or this, one of the two, right? Fuck. Wild. That's crazy. I got a little girl. She's cool, man. She's like, she asked me the other day, she goes, you're not the only bad parent here. She goes, Daddy, chase me around the room. Let's play Monster. Chase me around the room. Let's play Monster. I was like, oh, no. How about I'm going to sit on the couch and look on my phone and play Monster from here. She's like, Daddy, that's not how Monster works. I was like, well, that's where you're wrong, honey. In about 16 years, you're going to be in therapy talking about this moment, being like, my dad was a fucking monster. It's just a longer game, babe. I was celebrating the Jewish holiday Sukkot with her. You familiar with Sukkot? No, it's okay. What the fuck? Dave in the back heard a Jewish reference. He's like, yeah! You know what that, you know. Yeah. You know what's up, dude. Dude, it's sick, man. Your jerk game must be dope right now, dude. Hey, by the way, there is a younger son here. By the way, I don't know why I'm like infantilizing you. I got sober when I was 15. I was already out of rehab by the time I was your age. Where was I? Oh, Sukkot. I'm so sorry. I'm celebrating Sukkot. It's I wouldn't hold it against you not knowing it. It's not one of our bigger hits. It's more of an underground banger of a holiday. It's our harvest festival. And it's cool. The way you celebrate is kind of fun. You hang fruits and vegetables. You like build a hut in your front yard and you hang fruits and vegetables from the roof. You thatch the roof with palm fronds. It's cool. And kids like it because it feels like they're camping. And I was in there with my daughter and I'm trying to like connect her to her people. I go, honey, this is Sukkot. I go, here's the cool part. I go, we're eating you eat your meals in the hut. And I'm like, we're eating our meal in the hut. I go, all the other Jews around the world, they're in their huts, just like us, eating in their little hut, just like us, celebrating Sukkot, just like us, all the Jews around the world. And she looks up at me, little 4-year-old eyes, and she was like, not poor people. I go, what? What? What'd you say? She goes, not poor people. I go, fucking, yeah, I just said they were Jews. Obviously not poor people. Like, are you dumb? What are we doing right now? She goes, no, Daddy, no, not pork people. Pork people. Pork. She thinks non-Jews are called pork people. I didn't teach her that shit. I said, we are Jews, we don't eat pork. She took that information, brought it back to her room, and started riffing a brand new racial slur. Like, sure, as a comedian, I was a little proud of her, but as a father, I was like, no, we don't call them that. They aren't called pork people. Those are the police, that's what I told her. Oh, not everybody liked it. Even here in a recovery crowd, not everybody liked that joke. I felt it. Felt that kind of like thin blue line in the audience here. You guys are fun, good group. Got God over here, that's cool, man. Fuck yeah. Look into your future, young man, there you go. What's your name? Carl. You're the fucking coolest person I've ever seen. What movies did you produce in the 70s? I'll have to look it up. It feels like you're inviting me to a threesome, and I'm interested. I'm going to invite this 16-year-old I met in the front row of the audience tonight. I'm just kidding. You're good. You're safe. I'm sorry. This is getting a little bit beneath me. You guys want some smarter stuff? You want some smarter stuff? All right. I was jerking off Pioneer style recently, and you familiar with Pioneer style? You don't know what that is, man. Pioneer style, it's when the Wi-Fi goes down. And you got to revert to the tactics that the pioneers used to have to use. In a stagecoach on a prairie somewhere, you know, Jebediah would have to remember when the neckline of Julie, the beauty queen of South Dakota, walked into the ballroom. You know, you got to go through your memories. You'll have memories someday, man. I was filtering through, you filter through all the people you've been with. And I filtered through so far, I got to a dead girl. I was like, oh my God, she died in 2007. That's how I know I'm getting older. You ever do that? Nobody ever jerked off to a ghost? You guys haven't done that? I am getting older. I can feel it, dude. Wait, what happened? The second wave of the joke hit? You know, they say you die twice. Once when your physical body goes, and one the last time that someone jerks off to your memory. I'm just glad I was able to keep her alive. I had an aging moment. I had a partner, an ex, call me, and they came out to me that they had transitioned and they were living as a man now. And I was like, wow, I've been in the game for such a long time. People have gone through full life arcs. This is beautiful. And I was trying to be very supportive. I said to him, I was like, wow, that's beautiful. When did you realize this about yourself? And he was like, oh, I always knew. I was like, you always knew? You always knew. Burning Man 2003, when we had sex in a trailer, you knew then? I was mad. I was pissed. I go, you know what this means? I'm a bi king. I've been a bi king since the early 2000s. Nobody fucking told me I'm a bi king. This is fucking bullshit, dude. I went to my wife. I said, we got to open our relationship up, man. I got to explore my newfound bisexuality. Not to have sex with dudes, because that's not like my thing. I'm so sorry, Carl. But like, just to hook up with like hot babes that I feel strongly might transition at some point. You guys think you support the trans community by being allies? I'm fucking adding members on a daily basis. What have you done? All right, I guess I'll rip into you. I haven't gotten the light yet, but you guys are a fun crowd. I hope you're having a good time. I'll rip into you. Fuck you, man. Fucking got you, dude. I fucking got you, dude. What was your what'd you do? What was your drug? Prescription? Like what do you got? All of them? All of them? Wegovy? Dude, I hit rock bottom on Wegovy. I lost so much weight. I had so many good traits. Oh, that's the light. Okay. Fucking nailed you, brother. Shit, I gotta get out of here. What do I want to leave you with? You guys are fun. Who's in therapy? Everybody? Literally everyone here? What for? No, I'm joking. I wouldn't ask that. Can I ask you a question about your therapist, though? Are you down? About your therapist, not about your therapeutic process. Does your therapist eat at all? In sessions? Yes. Oh, well, I can't tell that joke because I've literally told this joke thousands of times, and it's about how my therapist eats in sessions, and you are the first person who's ever like, yep, she eats in sessions, 100% yes. This is wild that you are seeing Dr. Richard Litvak from Santa Cruz, California on Zoom. Does it bother you? No, it's very casual. It is very casual, but I don't like that. I don't like that casualness. I can't take advice from... He's like telling me about my emotional maturity. I'm like, you're eating Dippin' Dots right now, dude. I can't deal. My dude, what does your therapist eat? What kind of stuff? Salads? That's gnarly. I'm trying to leave mine, but I don't know how. I don't know how to get out of the situation. You know what I mean? Because they're all nosy. That's like the baseline characteristic of the therapist is their extreme nosiness. I'm like, I got to move on, doc. See somebody new. This isn't working. He's like, oh, interesting. Finishes his ramen. He's like, why do you think that is? It's the fucking ribs, doctor. Probably. I started seeing because I was having anxiety. No, you don't have to tell me. I was having anxiety. I don't know if you guys have you noticed like sort of everything? How it's all like bad and stuff? You guys notice that? You been checking that out? You guys in recovery bliss? Shit's fucked up out there. Stupid people. People are so stupid. Why is everybody so dumb now? But dumb is different now. It's a different dumb. There used to be dumb used to be dumb, you know? Like classic dumb, just like a guy like hitting himself in the head, like, I don't know, I'm just dumb, I'm dumb. I'm a dumb guy, I just do dumb shit. Now every dumb guy's like, I actually host an astronomy lecture series. Like, you're talking about a flat earth podcast, that's what that is. And then they're like fucking, homeschooling is the ultimate iteration of how smart dumb people think they are. Like the most dangerous person in the world is not the person that knows nothing, it's the person that knows almost nothing but thinks they know everything. That's the homeschooler. Why are only the stupidest people I've ever met homeschooling their children? I have never encountered a person like, we've actually decided to homeschool little Bobby, where I'm like, oh my God, perfect. You've always had a bit of an educator vibe to you. Never. It's always the stupidest person. You know, why would you think you could teach your child? Like, I'm an intelligent person, but I know I can't teach my child. Like, I'm aware I could teach my kid two things, like a breakdown of the various subgenres of electronic dance music in the San Francisco rave scene of the 1990s, and like, how to do crowd work. That's all I got for her. That's it. They're like, well, we just don't trust the school system. Yeah, I know. But it's not about trusting the school system. It's about not trusting yourself. You're stupid. They're like, well, we just don't want her learning a bunch of pronoun bullshit. But with you, they won't learn noun bullshit. Anyway, I got scared. I'll have to protect my family. Thought about getting a gun. Any gun? We got any gun people here? Obviously, why would I ask this crowd? Has anyone got a gun on them at the current moment? You do? What do you got? You got like a Gatling gun? Fuck it. Oh, you got like a Woody Guthrie gun. That's cool. Nah, I couldn't do it. You think you could? Anybody? Who's a gun owner? Who's a gun owner here? Not allowed to? Oh, fuck, I love a recovery fucking crowd. You counting the days, brother? Counting the days till you can get a sweet, sweet piece again? Was it you? Oh, you got him. Cool. You think you'd use it? Push comes to shove? You think you could? Hell yeah? What a fucking monster, dude. Don't give me a hell yeah. Give me a thoughtful pause and then if push came to shove, perhaps I could. Not a fucking hell yeah. Maybe tonight. I couldn't. I'm not going to shoot a burglar. You think you could shoot a burglar? A burglar? For what? I'm going to come into my house, there's a fucking burglar there. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, put down the DVD player. Ba, 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 ba. Ha, ha. That's your life, ho. The Deep Space Nine marathon is back on. All right, you guys have been a lot of fun. I love you. Good night. Thank you so much for having me. What a pleasure it's been.
All right, let's hear it from Mosha Kasher. Fucking amazing. The talent pool in LA is way deeper than the talent pool in New York. Let's hear it from Mosha. I'm so happy he could come. And we try to make a show, and I want Rich Roll, Bob Forrest, and Annie Letterman to get on deck, because we're going to play the stash word in a minute. We try to make a show that's funny and keeps people company, but obviously some people actually get something good out of the show. And I have the honor to give a 9-year coin to my friend Jason Cabella from fucking Recovery Unplugged. And here is Jason. He invited me to a Narcotics Anonymous meeting this morning, and I went. Here you go, Jay. Hey, say nice words. Let's hear it for Jason real quick. Come on. 9 years today.
Hello, Los Angeles. Yeah, very grateful to be here. A little bit over 9 years ago, I was pretty much homeless, living in between public bathrooms, dope sick every day, and now I'm in fucking Los Angeles at a show with Dave Mannheim, and it's incredible to be here, but I definitely wouldn't be here without the love of my beautiful fiance, Gabby. We're getting married in November. And I was scholarshiped into a treatment center called Recovery Unplugged by a man back there named Andrew Sossin, who just took me in. And to say that I have a life beyond my wildest dreams now is an understatement. It's great to be here. All I wanted was to not be dope sick anymore, and now I could do shit like this. And I also manage Adam David, so life is fucking good now. Fucking toodles for Chris.
Thanks, Jay. All right, so we're going to play the stash word. Let's hear it for Jason one more time. Let's hear it for Andrew Sosin and Recovery Unplugged, because they've come in and helped sponsor the show. I'm super Grateful to them. And now we're going to play the stash word. So I need Bob Forrest. Where are you, Bob? There he is. Fucking Bob. Come on up. Rich Roll. Rich Roll is recovering from a serious surgery. So give him a second to come up. Let's hear it for Bob and Rich. And where's Annie Letterman? Annie, are you here? She might not. There she is. Let's hear it for Annie Letterman. Now, as usual, I didn't do a great job setting this thing up. So what you
Didn't at all. You didn't say anything. You just said, come here.
Well, you're here. It worked out. All right. So this is a game. It's called the Stash Word. It's based on the popular old TV game show, The Password. So you need to pick a partner. Pick somebody in here to be your partner. Harold Owens, come on up. Come on. Harold Owens was amazing on Dopey. Let's hear it for Harold Owens. He's a legend of recovery. Harold Owens, come on up. We're playing the Stash Word. Come on. Who heard Harold Owens on the show? And if you didn't clap anyway, come on. I met Harold in Park City, Utah a million years ago. Thank you, Harold. Love you. All right, you ready? Queuing up the words. One of you guys, this is what's going to happen. One of you guys is going to give, and one of you guys is going to receive. Who is the giver? Who is the giver? I will be the giver. Okay, so come here. You stand here. Harold, you stand over here. Do not turn around, okay? The way the game is played, Bob, there'll be a word. You stand here, Harold, right here. Make yourself comfortable. There'll be a word on the screen. Bob, you get him to say the word. The people with the most words can move on to round 3 for the championship stash word round. Let's play the stash word, everybody. David, are you ready? Here, take this.
Okay. Okay, Harold, you ready? Yeah. Oh, we've heard about it all night tonight already. I already 2 times it's been mentioned. A friend of ours just did it today. It's a experience that's not a 12-step based recovery process. It is something that you take to find God.
Ayahuasca.
Yes. There you go. Oh, I got to do another one?
The next word.
Oh, my God.
30 seconds remaining.
Everybody here's probably in it, but they don't know. I'm in it. Anybody that's been married many times is in it. It's an organization. It's based on, it's like 12-step, but not drugs, but the other thing that drug addicts do so much of.
Therapy.
No. Okay, it's some people like to have multiple partners and be married, and you go to this.
Polygamy.
No. You go to this program. You go to a program, 12-step based program for it.
Rehab.
No, it's like AA, but it's
Pass.
okay. That is. Pass. Is this working?
You have 5 seconds left.
Go. You can do this. Oh, yeah. I was, greatest drummer of all time that died of drinking too much. He drove a car into a swimming pool. Greatest drummer who ever lived, who drove a car into a swimming pool.
Ginger Bigger.
No!
Bob and Harold, give it up for Bob and Harold. They got one word. Annie, who are you going to pick to do it with?
Well, I kind of feel like this is a cop-out if I get my fiance to come up here, but he's the only one that I trust in this room. But you're my second guess because I like your jacket.
Aviza?
Your boobs look great.
Dawn?
I like your hat.
I don't know.
You're somebody, I don't know who it is, but everybody else knows. All right, I'm bringing up my fiance. Come on up
Let's
here.
hear it for Todd. Let's go, Todd.
I want to win, all right? I would have brought just your dog up, too. I don't want to be rude, though, and separate you.
All right. Are you doing the?
I think I'm going to be the guest.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's a hotel by the world famous Comedy Store.
The Andes?
No. A little more further down.
Further down?
Near Pink Taco and all
A
that.
hotel?
Yep.
Oh, the
famous.
Chateau Marmont. I'm learning disabled.
The
Hello.
Chotel.
Chatel, yes.
Say pass if you can't.
Pass this one.
I feel disrespected by that.
All right, this is
There are mirrors, but I'm not seeing them. But
this is a
there are
really
mirrors in my-
sticky, bad version of. It could come in like a little
Weed?
ball. No, it's a sticky, bad version of the drug. I don't know
crack?
what. No.
Is crack sticky? Wet? Wet?
No.
Pass.
Okay, pass.
We gotta beat the other people.
All right, here we go. This guy is very mad at the president right now.
Elon Musk?
This is something you go into when you do a little snortsky.
You go into what? Lockjaw?
No. When you go into a little snortsky, what do you go into?
A bathroom?
In your mind, where do you go into?
When you do coke, where do you go?
Maybe not coke.
What else do you snort, Annie Letterman?
Don't? I boof it.
30
K-hole,
seconds
K-hole.
left.
K-hole.
That's two. You got 30 seconds.
All right, one more.
Let's go. Next word. Losing time. Keep going.
no,
You're going
keep going.
backwards.
No,
There you go.
Oh, it's a drink that is
Mimosa?
alcoholic, but it makes you trip balls.
Oh, absinthe?
Yeah!
You got one more. You got time for one more.
One
Go
more,
for
one
it.
more, go!
This is in your butt. It makes it really stinky.
Your butt poop? Fart?
All right,
Gas?
that's it. That's good, though. You got four. Let's hear it for Annie and her fiance, Todd. Rich,
If I don't win, I'm relapsing.
Thank you, Annie. Give Rich the mic. Who are you going to work with, Rich?
So I think I'm going to bring up my sober brother from another mother, Jason, who works with me.
Jason. Jason works on the Rich Roll podcast. He's a very nice fellow. Let's hear it for Rich first. Rich was so kind to have me on his show. Annie, you did really good, by the way. I'm very proud of you.
I still don't know what the rules are here.
This is the rules.
What are you allowed to say or not say?
The rules are pretty
Doesn't matter.
loose.
There are no rules, right? That thing in Egypt that's not a pyramid, but kind of is.
The Sphinx? What is the Sphinx?
The place you go to get the thing to put into your arm. Or maybe after you put it in your arm too many times and you need another one.
The place you go?
Pass it, Rich. Pass it.
Pass. I don't know what that is.
Well, I'm trying to get away
Pass
from the
next
feedback.
one.
Okay.
Next one, pass. Those things you feel obligated to buy when small little people in front of the grocery store approach you.
I feel obligated to buy? I don't want to buy them if there's small people around.
You have 1 minute left.
Sometimes they knock on your door.
Oh, Girl Scout cookies.
I don't know that one either. Pass. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Let's not be in the Dopey Nation. Pass.
Didn't you
Similar.
do that last weekend?
This is another powerful substance that's not part of the 12-step doctrine, but people seem drawn to using it.
Ah, shit. Yeah, it's not ayahuasca, but something like that.
Sounds like Big Pharma, but it's not.
Shit. It's an acronym, isn't it?
No.
Or
No.
Not DMT?
You guys have 10 seconds left.
Pass. Pass. Next one. This is what happens when you go too far. You've done too much.
Oh, God. How much time do we have?
That's the game.
You
That's
overdose.
it.
OD.
No, Seizure was very good. That was an Amy Dresnner question, the Seizure. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Jason. Annie Letterman and Todd will be advancing to the next round of the Stash Word. Annie, you want to do stand-up?
Right now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's hear it for the great Annie Letterman as we sort out the multiple mic situation.
Okay. Hi, guys. Oh my God, it's so AA in here. It goes like, hi. Hi, I'm Annie. I'm an alcoholic. I used to suck dick a lot when I was drunk. No, I'm just kidding. Is the kid still in here? Oh my God. Remove the child, please. Let's see. I quit drinking in 2009, so it's been 16 years. No big deal. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I had to quit because I was really broke. I was 25 at the time. I was really broke, and this is going to be. Thank you guys for making this such a fun experience. By the way, when I came in, I'm a stand-up comedian. This is what I do. I come in and he goes, "Did you want to do stand-up?" I'm like, "Why am I here, Dave? You weirdo." I love Dave. Isn't he the best and so annoying? And you just love him, but he's so annoying and you love him to death. So cute, isn't he? Are you the one with the therapist that eats? Yeah, I like that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting to know you guys. But I was 25, I was broke, I had no money, but I loved wine, and I liked expensive wine, and it just didn't work out. And you know the saying, right? Beer before liquor, never been sicker. Wine from a box, oops, I fucked a guy in Crocs. And you know, this was 2008, so it was like long before Post Malone made them cool again. This was just like, come on, Annie. They're doing their trabajo, let them garden. And thank you. Are you a kid? Yeah. What's up? How old are you though? 17, so you're fine. You're actually even too old for me. But my child fiance, you just saw him on stage. Isn't he cute? He's 11 years younger than me and Asian, so he looks like 13. I love it. He drinks. I don't drink. He drinks, but I'm actually such a bad driver that sometimes when he's almost completely blacked out, I'm still like, come on, babe. Could do a bump of Coke, splash some water on your face. I gotta live tonight. You gotta drive. I am sweating and feeling uncomfortable. But not uncomfortable in like a really uncomfortable way, but like, would you have come up? Do you think we would have won if you came up here? Yeah, okay. I quit drinking. Actually, I did most of my drinking in New Mexico. I lived in Santa Fe for 7 years. And I went back to visit. I saw my old drinking buddies. I found out what my nickname was behind my back when I drank. Yeah, it's fucking humiliating. They called me the mimosa. At first I was flattered because I was like, is it because I was so bubbly? They're like, no, bottomless at brunch. Yeah. But I do miss like one thing, like, because my friends are always like, you don't miss it at all. I'm like, I mean, I guess I miss like the driving. That was pretty fun. I don't know why God made the most fun activity in the world, drinking and driving, but woo, that shit was great. I had a motor scooter. I don't know if you've ever gotten fucked up on a motor scooter. I don't recommend it, but shit happens in Mexico. But yeah, no, I did. I had a motor scooter. I would get fucked up on it. It was honestly my happy place. I'll never forget it. Just the wind through my hair, the gravel through my tits. I lost my left nipple to a sidewalk in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I did. I scraped it right off. But I was so lucky because a woman in Albuquerque had passed away that same day, and she was a donor. So I got her nipple. I got like a full nipple transplant. It was incredible, yeah. And the best part, the woman was black, so the puppies are now huskies. And one's a rescue. Don't really drink and drive. Obviously, don't drink and drive. You don't drink and drive. It's so bad. I want everyone to learn from my mistakes because I was such a bad drunk. One time I blew a .8. I know. You know how wasted you have to be to hook up with someone that ugly? I was arrested immediately. My higher power in AA was Shaquille O'Neal from Kazam. And I don't really have a joke about that, but just I think the image of me kneeling down and praying to Shaquille O'Neal in a genie costume is enough. Oh, my Shaq is what we say in my household. Yeah, it was fun. My intervention was like, honestly, all women. None of my guy friends showed up. None of them thought there was like a problem. They were like, you're great. I'll give you a ride home to my house. You're fine. It's pretty good. I'm 40 now. Well, I'm 41, about to be 42, but I just say 40 because it's like blended in. Who cares? Same thing. But yeah, I'm 40 now. I'm undecided about kids. I don't know if I want to have them. I know that you're probably like TikTok. But But yeah, I just think, I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid of not having them for like the FOMO aspect. Because I feel like not having kids is like showing up to like a potluck with no food. You know, but you do have an 8-ball. Yeah, I think about I'm just not sure. I've seen some childbirth videos, so I'm not really cool with that. I think Mother Nature has some explaining to do. It's a little uneven, you know. I know about the tear, I know about the cut. I know that sometimes 2 holes become 1 and there's a vajas hole. And at the same time, the dad's just like high-fiving his friends and smoking cigars. And I think there should be 2 nurses that come in while the baby's crowning, and they just pull like each side of the guy's penis head apart, just to kind of like in solidarity. Yeah. And then I also think it's fucked up that when the baby comes out, we have to give him our full cookie, and then we got to give him our like tater tots too. And I think that's messed up. I think Mother Nature should recalibrate and give the feeding to the father. That'd be nice, right? Wouldn't that be even and nice? Be pretty sweet, yeah. Would be a weird world, you know? Because like that world, you just be out to eat one night, trying to enjoy your appetizer. The waiter would go to the table next to you, go to the guy, be like, "Sir, you can't do that here." He'd be like, "I'm feeding my baby." He'd have a napkin over his lap. And you'd have to be supportive, you know? Like you can't, that would be nature. You'd have to be like, "Free the tip, free the tip." All the wives would be talking shit on their husbands, like, "His dick used to be so perky in college. He doesn't even let me touch it in the shower anymore. That kid sucked the life out of it." All the airports would have those feeding pods, but in this world, it would just be like a glory hole in a high chair. Let's see, yeah. We froze embryos, so my fiance had to like jerk off in a cup. And the problem with my fiance's sperm, there's like a backstory to it. You know what I'm talking about, kid. And he's like almost 17. He knows about sperm. He knows all about it, I bet. Your mom's finding little crunchy socks under your bed and shit. Who's your celebrity crush? Scarlett Johansson is? Oh, that's convenient. People used to always tell me I look like Scarlett Johansson, then her nudes leaked and they stopped. Like, nice try. That's so weird too because, okay, Scarlett Johansson has a twin brother and I have a twin brother and they look alike. Isn't that weird? But they're different. They're like fraternal twins. And me and my brother we were born conjoined, so it's a little bit different. Yeah, when we were born, my mouth was right over his dick. And it's a quick surgery. They cut it right off. I love like an AA supportive comedy show. So fun. Do you have little chips in the things? That's so cute. Now you're set up to be sober now? You're just gonna be sober? Yeah, that's fucking cool. Oh, look at mom. I hope that's mom. I would kind of be like, all right, bitch, let's go. All right. I gotta get off of here. But anyway, we froze embryos was all I was gonna tell you guys. So my fiance had to jerk off in a cup. But when I first met my fiance, he had a little bit of a receding hairline. And he was too young to go bald on me, so I got him on Hims. You know what Hims is? It's like Rogaine, but for podcasters. And it does work. It brought his hairline down, but there's a side effect a lot of guys don't like. While it thickens your hair, it also thins your jizz. Yeah. I know, how gross is that? So pathetic. I like strong, thick semen, you know? I like it nice and heavy. I want to feel the full burden of it on my shoulders. I like clams and potatoes in my chowder. I want to have to put in my MyFitnessPal app to count the macros. I don't spit or swallow, I chew. But anyway, we did the embryos. So he had to jerk off, and they took his egg, my egg, his sperm, they put them together, they fertilize them, then they freeze them, and they say it's better to do this because you know if it's a good egg, a bad egg, if it's a boy or a girl, or if it has like Down syndrome. And so we've been fighting because he wants a daughter, I want a kid with Down syndrome, and we've just decided to meet in the middle with a boy. The guys will get that in a second. All right, you guys, thank you so much. So fun, thank you.
Yeah, hang out, take a seat. Let's hear it for Annie Letterman. And now we need Jack Osborne and Mosha Kasher to come up to the stage to do the first panel. Let's hear it for Jack and Mosha. And we need one more mic, please. Hello, Mosha. Welcome back.
Oh, I'm in the host chair?
And no, I'm in the host chair. Jack, please. Let's hear it for Jack Osborne. There you go. Before we start, Jack Osborne has been coming on the show remotely for a long time.
Yeah, like I think since like what, pre-COVID maybe?
Pre-COVID. And this is the first time I got to meet Jack, and it's so touching and honorable that he came. And everybody loves Jack, so let's give Jack another round of applause.
He's so much better than Margaret Cho and Bobby Lee, isn't he?
Well, he came.
These cancelers.
Oh, yeah. Pro tip, by the way, when the headliners cancel, you tell the crowd at the end of the show.
Let them anticipate.
Yeah, let them be happy until the end of the show. And then you go, by the way, the reason you're here tonight, he ain't here. Good night, and then you bounce.
Do you want to hear my Bobby Lee story, though?
Yes, please.
This is actually, it might be funnier that he's not here because I could tell this story. I'm at the mall, like, picking up my laptop, and my wife was like, oh, go see if they have any of those Labubu's at Pop Mart, you know, the Japanese toy store. So I'm like, what the fuck is a Labubu? So I'm, like, going in there, like, looking around this store. There's all these Japanese toys. And behind me, I see Bobby Lee walking in with a fucking wheelie case. And I'm like, what's that, Bobby? And he's all awkward, like I just caught him in, like, a pawn shop or something. And he's like, oh, hey, I'm buying that big Japanese toy. And I'm just like, okay. And just... he was literally buying an action figure. Most Asian thing ever.
Let me ask you a question, because you texted me that day.
I did.
Did you say to him, I can't wait to do this dopey thing together?
I just said, hey, you going to be there on Saturday? And he's like, oh, yeah, I think so. And then, yeah. That's probably why he walked away from me.
Okay, so
That's probably why he didn't show up.
It's true.
We do a Zoom, a dopey Patreon Zoom, and we're doing the Zoom, and Jack texts me, and Margaret texted me, I don't know, Bobby stopped responding. He's ghosting. and then we're doing the Zoom, and Jack texts me that Bobby's coming, and I was like, this is amazing. And then after the Zoom, I sit down to start eating ice cream, and I look at Instagram, and I've been messaging. You guys know how much I bother you guys on.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
He's so annoying.
I've been messaging Bobby Lee for fucking 9 years, and the first time he ever writes back is after Jack texts me. And Bobby texts, hey, I need to talk to somebody on the Dopey team. I'm so excited to do the show. And I was like, fantastic. My name is Dave, and I gave him my number. The next second my phone rings, I answer the phone. He's like, hey, it's Bobby Lee. And I was like, yeah, I know. He's like, how did you know it was me? And I said, oh, you just messaged me on Instagram. Anyway, then he said, I'm fucked up. I can't do the show. And I was like, he had just told me he was doing the show, and then he said, I don't know, I mean, this is inside baseball. He said he's going to do the show on Tuesday, and I'm going to go to his house and get Bobby Lee. He's not doing this show, but he's going to do Dopey. So if
This show's going to last till Saturday, guys.
Next Saturday? you mean?
Yes, you're going to be
I'm
sitting
going to be
the whole time.
outside of his house. I changed my flight, so if any of you don't listen to the podcast, listen to Bobby's show. It's coming up. Now, what I want to talk about...
Don't change the subject. Let's talk about Bobby Lee for the next 25 minutes.
What else is there to say?
I, too, have a Bobby Lee story.
Yes.
No, you can change the subject.
I wanted to talk about the supernatural, because Jack is a big supernatural expert.
Okay.
What got you so into the supernatural?
I was just like a big like sci-fi nerd as a kid and loved X-Files. And then I got a random call one day. They're like, hey, we're going to do some ghost hunting show. You want to come? And I was like, I don't have a job. Fuck it, I'll go. And that's kind of literally how it happened.
Was there ever a ghost story that you experienced?
Oh, dude, I've seen the fucking craziest shit.
Tell us.
Like doors flying open, like
No,
objects-
pre-ghost hunting.
Yeah.
Wait, you want his best story from before he started hunting ghosts?
Well, something would trigger it.
He's like, no, Jack, don't tell us about the poltergeist you've seen. Tell us what happened before that.
Mosha, you take over. Get the good story.
Now, Jack, tell us your best story from ages, let's say, 4 to 5.
Before I was touched or after?
Well, no, I said we're not talking about Bobby Lee anymore, Jack.
Why do you think he was getting those kids' toys?
It's to go lure Jack Osborne into a van.
Before you got sober, had you had any encounter with the paranormal?
Yes, I had. Yeah, I'd seen some weird shit. and it was random. I was at my parents' old house that actually just burnt down. But my dad and I saw a woman.
Who's your dad?
Some dude, just some guy. But we saw some like woman walk down the staircase in our house.
Wait, you're telling me the lead singer of Black Sabbath had a ghost haunting at his house?
He didn't believe it. He's like, oh, it's nothing.
Annie, have you ever had any paranormal
The
experiences?
closest thing to a paranormal experience is how many times I don't respond to you and ghost you, Dave.
It's horrible.
It's so mean. I give him a beautiful apology every time, though.
Because everybody was canceling, and I texted you
I'm good, babe. I
20
don't
times,
cancel.
and then she said, I'm going to come. So she came. Now,
Trust me.
I don't know why I wanted to talk about the supernatural. Can we somehow connect the supernatural with recovery, or can we connect the supernatural with getting wasted?
Oh, boy.
Have you ever had an experience with the paranormal besides ghosting me often?
No, but I'm just thinking, if I came back as a ghost, would I drink?
Interesting.
Would I get wasted?
I mean, I have a ghost story.
I know. This whole fucking panel is because you have a fucking
No,
ghost
I'm
story.
trying to save the fucking
We know
panel
you
here.
want save it.
I'm trying. What?
Okay.
No, please.
No,
please.
go ahead. No, it's fine.
Mosha, what's your ghost story?
I don't believe in ghosts. I'm like a grown-up or whatever. But
I just.
but if you want to connect ghosts to recovery, look, it's a room full of ghosts. How many people in here have died and walk among
oh,
us?
it's true.
Look at that. There's a fucking room full of ghosts.
That's true.
Zombies came back to
Annie,
the flesh.
do you have a paranormal story?
I have no paranormal stories. I mean, I don't want to like shame you.
No, go for
I
it.
don't believe in that bullshit neither.
I would love.
No. I just don't have one. I'm jealous.
I would love to see a ghost. I pray.
Yeah.
Is there an entity you can pray to?
Ask your wife with the ayahuasca. She may have met that entity.
Yeah, I would love to see a ghost because then I would be like, great, I probably won't die and then just rot into dirt. This will be awesome. I'll be like in your house, just walking down a staircase.
Have you ever done ayahuasca?
No. I got sober in '94, dude. They didn't even have that then.
It's
Jack.
so cute to get
Just kidding, I
sober
know it's
when
old.
Kurt Cobain's
Did you
still
ever do
alive.
ayahuasca?
I admittedly, yeah, I have, yeah.
When did you do ayahuasca?
I did it. It's kind of like a depressing. Do we want to be depressing?
Definitely. We got to save this somehow.
It was like after my divorce, and I was in like a really fucking super dark place, and I was thinking about punching my ticket, and my buddy was like, "Let's go do ayahuasca. It might help." It actually helped.
Tell us everything.
We're just gonna make everyone do ayahuasca. The sober people do ayahuasca.
Everybody stands up. They're just like, I was thinking about punching my ticket tonight.
And if you guys look under your chairs,
Off to Peru.
everyone has a bucket. Grab the bucket from under your chair.
No, it was listen, it's not fun at all. There's nothing recreational about that. It's fucking horrible. It tastes like shit. You shit a lot. You puke a lot. But I had a pretty interesting experience. Yeah.
What did you learn?
I don't know. It was one of these things where the only way I could equate it, it was like 1,000 hours of therapy in one very long, messy, stinky night.
I think I did it wrong. I took a bunch of ayahuasca and went to a Dead concert. And I just didn't learn anything.
Annie, have you ever done ayahuasca?
Have I ever not done it?
She's on it now.
No, I've done ayahuasca quite a few times, yeah.
And tell us about your experience.
Well, the first time I did it, I felt like, sorry guys, this is like, I never thought I'd be telling a drug story to so many sober people.
They're not all sober. Half of these people are on ayahuasca right now. It's fine.
No, but so I was doing a show at the Comedy Store. I had like I didn't like my set. I was like unhappy with it. I get off stage. I'm like in a bad mood. There are these two people sitting next to the stage and they're like glowing. I don't know. And I high five them and I stick around for a while and I'm like out back and I talked to the general manager of the Comedy Store. I was like, my friend wanted to meet you. You high five? I love the production value of the show.
We're rocking.
I mean, don't you wish you could say you were drunk? Don't you guys miss the excuse? I mean, it really is a nightmare. But anyway.
Aren't you glad you came though?
No, I am so happy I came.
Me too.
No. But anyway, so it just ended up serendipitously working where this guy that had been sitting there was an ayahuasca shaman that just happened to be in town doing a ceremony. And I ended up canceling all my weekend spots. I bought a bucket and I drove to San Diego and I did ayahuasca with him.
Wait, you brought a bucket to shit in?
It's a BYOB. No, it's
Wait.
to throw up in.
I went to San Diego to do it.
I don't think it was the same one because I would remember you.
Wait, can I ask you guys both a question about it? Are you still sober?
Yeah.
Do you, like, once you do it, don't you go like, well, I'm not like officially in the line of sobriety, so now I can maybe? Is it more tempting to get high on regular stuff?
That was my question.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not making. I mean, listen, it's.
No,
I think
I'm not judging.
Yeah, no.
I literally want to do ayahuasca so desperately. I think
Intent
about
is
it every
everything.
night. My intent would be to relapse fully and.
You do not pass go and get $200.
So, Jack, but seriously, Jack, how do you like?
Well, its intent is everything. Have you had surgery in sobriety?
Yeah, this year.
Okay, so your intention with the surgery is I'm going to go do this to get better, and yes, I might have to go on some kind of opioid to help the pain, right?
I did go on opioids to help pain. It was amazing.
Dude, I had a colonoscopy recently. And
I gotta have one in 2 weeks.
It's awesome, brother. And I'm actually offering. There's a place in San Diego that actually does them. But dude, those fucking anesthesiologists. I woke up out of that colonoscopy feeling better than I have since 1994. And I was like, this is the best. And by the time I got to the parking lot, I was sober. I was like, these fucking scientists. Couldn't she have like upped the? I should have told her. I've been sober a long time. Just give me an extra 10 minutes, please.
I know. Aren't you like? I wish I had more than 4 wisdom teeth. I'm fucking laughing. Rolls.
Are you addicted to colonoscopies now?
His asshole is ripe.
So Mosha's been super sober, totally abstinent since 1994.
She's desperately trying to get your attention to say, gay man. Oh, so sorry, man.
Thank you.
Apologies.
Did she just call you a gay man?
No.
Yeah.
He called himself a gay man. There was a whole situation.
But it is very likely that someone
modern,
would call you a gay man.
That it's happened many times before. In fact, screamed from a car in San Francisco.
So you are totally sober since 94.
I am totally sober since 94.
You've done ayahuasca, but do meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
I know what we're getting at.
Annie
here we
does
go.
ketamine and ayahuasca whenever she can.
Listen, I don't do it whenever I can. I do it,
Well, I want to talk about what it is. Like, I don't think there's one way. I go to meetings and I take Benadryl to go to sleep and Tylenol PM.
You do?
NyQuil if I can.
Boo.
I'm saying.
I'm actually Hollywood sober.
What is Hollywood sober?
I don't drink, but I do coke a lot.
I'm
Proofing it though, right?
I'm Kentucky Derby sober. I just do what the horses do.
But she boofs the ketamine.
I boofed it. I tried.
Jack, I remember you. Do you remember me?
That's the scariest, most schizophrenic thing I've ever seen.
No, I got sober at 15 years old, and by the time I was 20, was like a very, much a boy king of AA. And I used to go to those young people's conventions.
Did you used to have really curly hair?
I used to have long curly hair.
Yes, I do remember you.
We've been to young people's AA conventions.
Was it curly here?
Yeah, it was just right here.
Yeah, you had a big furry hat and a long coat.
Very good.
You remember me from the young people's conventions with the thick fur hat and I was dressed like I was dressed like a villager from Poland in 1910.
He was so hot. He was very sweaty.
Hates women. Hates women.
So you have a secret young people's AA
I
connection?
totally remember now.
Yeah, that was it was a good time.
Do you ever question your ayahuasca ketamine use?
Sure. Not the ayahuasca, but
The
I
ketamine?
have seen people kind of abuse. I have a friend who was like, I tried ayahuasca for the first time, and he was like a cokehead. He's like, I tried ayahuasca for the first time, and I go, oh, really? He goes, then the next time you see me, I go, I tried it for the second time. I tried it for and you're like, I've seen you 4 times this week. I mean, it just goes like every day. You're like, I don't think you're supposed to do it like this.
Yeah, I had a friend that was like that. He was doing it he would do 12 weeks in a row every weekend.
Was he going to meetings too or no?
No, he wasn't sober.
Okay.
But then I was like, bro, I think when you're doing ayahuasca every fucking weekend, you might be an ayahuasca addict.
Yeah.
I wonder. I don't think we've ever had an ayahuasca addict on the show.
Oh,
can you hook me up with him? He can ignore my texts.
I can give you a lot of people that are going to ignore your texts.
Very good. Let's hear it for this panel. I think that's enough.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. That's awesome. Next, we have a real treat. Did you guys have fun, by the way?
So much fun. I love you.
Jack Osborne?
I'm gonna go do more ayahuasca now, thanks.
I'll have what she's having.
And I want to invite up Dopey legend, Jake from West Virginia, to play his incredible tune, The Dopey Show.
Dopey show if you're super high or feeling low. If you need a friend, you know where to go. Tune on into the Dopey show. If you're a junkie captain on a river boat or a battery thief at a Rite-Aid store, if you're just about to give up hope, turn on into the Dopey show. We can listen to Dave till our ears get sore, from West Virginia to Singapore. Miss our friends who ain't here no more. See 'em over on the other shore. From hooping shooters and smoking crack to recovery and the long road back. Joey Pepper and the great Cormac. Thanks for listening. Come on back. Tune on into the Dopey show if you're super high or feeling low. If you need a friend, where to go? Tune on into the Dopey show.
Thank you.
Song. When he sent me that song, and every time I play that song from Jake, I honestly fucking cry when I hear it, because he shouts out all sorts of people who are on the show, some of which died. We've lost so many people in our community, which is crazy, but we keep going because that's what we're supposed to do. And we try to have fun because that's what we're supposed to have. And our next guest is one of the all-time greatest Dopey podcast guests. Her name is Amy Dopey Dresnner. Let's hear it for Amy.
Dopey Dreads in the house. What's up, Dopey Nation?
First time Amy came on the show. First time Amy came on the show, Chris was alive. Amy's book, yeah, you called in, Chris was alive. Amy had written a book called My Fair Junkie. Here, hold up here because they can't hear you for some reason. Hold, try this. Hello, hello, hello.
I'm supposed to be good with these kind of things.
Hello. This one. Can you guys hear me okay? I need more volume. I need more power. All right.
Oh, I remember you guys talking to me on the phone. I totally remember this. Yeah.
We talked on the phone with Amy, and my friend Todd, who died, was coming out here, or is coming to my dad's kitchen to record with us. And he came over high on heroin, and we got Amy off the show in the middle of her story to have Todd on heroin on the show. And I said, don't worry, we'll have her back. And she didn't come on until after Chris died, but she stepped in, and it's a magical friendship.
It is, I love you.
It's not a magical friend.
It is totally, I fucking love you. We're the same person. We're neurotic Jews.
Neurotic Jew. Any neurotic Jews in the audience here? It's just, I feel like it's just the two of us. And Amy is gonna tell a crazy fucked up story, and I'm gonna sit with her and interject while she tells it.
What do you want to tell me? What do you want me to talk about?
I want you to tell the story, the classic story.
Oh, God. Okay. First of all,
What does the Dopey Nation,
also,
first off, what does the Dopey Nation mean to you, Amy Dresnner?
Well, I feel fucking free. I can tell, like, I've told the grossest, gnarliest drug and sex stories. And, like, I feel fucking free. And it means, like, there's not other podcasts. Everyone else is like PC, and you can't say that, and you can't say that. And you're like, yeah, tell it. You know, tell the smell my finger story. I'm like, all right, man, I'll do it.
Why don't you
know?
tell the
Like,
swampy vagina story? That's always a classic.
Which one?
The one where you're at the health food store and the clerk came up to you and you said, my vagina's all swampy, can you help me? Wasn't that a thing? Do you not recall the swampy vagina story? Okay, forget this. Does anyone remember the swampy vagina story? Okay, why don't you tell the seizure
I
story?
don't even remember that, but if I said that, like, how fucking embarrassing, okay? First of all, I'm old now, okay? I'm old.
You look great, Amy.
Thank you. I would like just a little.
Doesn't Amy look great? Let's hear it for Amy.
So, no, I've had a lot of seizures. So, don't do crystal meth, guys. So, crystal meth stayed with, like, gun bluing and Drano, you know? And I did a lot of it, and now I have a fucking battery in my chest. And has wires that go up to my vagus nerve, which makes me sound like I've been smoking Marlboro since I was 2. And if I get really nervous, then it thinks I'm having a seizure, and so it'll be really interesting to see what happens tonight. But
is there an EMT in the house just in case Amy has a seizure? Aviza will take care of you.
and I'm on fucking 3 the controlled medications.
Do you want to tell us about your controlled medications, Amy?
No, it's just it's a nightmare. You've got to show your license. I'm on more drugs than when I was on drugs. Like, what the fuck?
Will you tell the classic seizure helmet story?
Okay, all right, so. Okay. Hello.
That's Jay. Say hi to Jay.
Hi, Jay. I don't like my photos being taken. You're on the bad angle.
Amy, just tell the story.
All
for
right,
Christ's
okay,
sake.
okay. Okay, so I did so much crystal meth. I stayed up for 17 fucking days once, and I wrote a new Bible. I know, hardcore, dude, fucking hardcore. I wasn't like a sex tweaker. I was like a crafty tweaker. You know what I mean? Where are my crafty tweakers at? Right, like collaging and refinishing furniture and shit like that. You know what I mean?
There's like 5 skinheads in the back who are always crafting on meth in this place. I'm positive. They're the craftiest
Like,
bunch.
I was totally, I never fucked anyone the entire time I was on crystal. And
I never did either. It seems like crystal sex was a big thing, and I never got to do it.
it's like more of a gay thing.
No, I think there's a lot of straight crystal sex too. No, Stephanie?
it?
That's
I don't-
Crystal Steph right there. So let's hear it for Stephanie Roberts really quickly. She calls herself Crystal Steph.
Oh, nice. She knows. Well, you've got good fucking teeth for fucking someone who did a lot of fucking Tina. You brush your teeth a lot?
She was crafty with her mouth.
I heard I'm just really drool a lot, so that's why I don't have cavities.
Back to the story.
Okay, yes. So I stayed up for 17 days. I wrote a new Bible based on Emerson and Nietzsche because I fucking went to school. And I walked into a market. I woke up in an ambulance, and they were like, "Did you do some drugs tonight?" And I said, "Obviously, really shitty ones, because here I am." And that got me into my first of 6 rehabs. Fast forward, my arrest with my ex-husband, where I tried to stab him, and I got arrested for a felony. That was good, where I was drinking Four Loko, the original. Okay? Let's not fuck around. Let's get to where we're going. So I started shooting cocaine. And
has anyone in the audience ever shot cocaine? Just real quick. Raise your hand if you ever shot coke. I know Harold did. Keep going. Sorry.
Thank you. So I didn't want to touch meth again because I was scared because meth was synthetic. And it had given me epilepsy. I had epilepsy for like 10 years. But I thought cocaine's natural. You know what I mean? It's different. It'll be different. You know, that's how we rationalize stuff, right? So then I just was snorting it, And then eventually I just couldn't even get any more up my nose. And then I started to put it in my pussy because I saw that on Law & Order SVU. and it hurt so fucking bad. I couldn't even tell you. I was like, ah! And I just ran into the bathtub.
I've never heard of anyone putting coke in their vagina before.
And I tried to put it up my
Hold on.
asshole
Has
too.
anyone ever put coke in their vagina? I'm just curious. A couple in the back. Let's hear it for them really quickly.
Thank you.
And Roxanne Colella. Keep going, I'm sorry.
I mean, Stevie Nicks had someone who blew coke up her asshole. That was their job.
No, that's a thing, but putting it in the vagina, I've never heard.
There's many blood vessels in there.
But you're saying it burned.
Because it was cut with something weird. But I saw a lot of SVU, and I'm like, that's a good idea. Anyway, so I started shooting coke, right? Because it saves money. I'm Jewish. Hey, we want to save money. Also, if you had to go to Uruguay, would you take a rickshaw or a rocket? Let's get to where the fuck we're going, like I said. So I started shooting cocaine, and I remember a kid in rehab, and he had a big abscess on his neck, and he'd done it from shooting himself in the neck. So I tried doing that. But I guess if you hit what's it called?
The jugular.
Yeah. No, if you, there's veins, and then there's arteries. If you hit an artery, it's so I'm shooting cocaine, just in my house, shooting cocaine and jacking off. And that coke made me very horny. I kept having seizures. And I was like, and of course the real thing would be like, why don't you go back to AA and stop, shooting coke with seizures, just get clean. And I was like, fuck that. So I would shoot coke and I would lay down in a pit of pillows really fast, but that didn't really work. So then I thought, you know what? Shooting coke is a high impact sport. I don't want to crack my head open. And I wore a bike helmet shooting cocaine. And I did.
Wasn't there a certain sticker on the bike helmet?
There was my friend's bike helmet. It was my epileptic friend who also was a drug addict. It was the Grateful Dead, who I don't, no.
She hates the Grateful Dead.
I don't like the Grateful Dead.
And she put the Grateful Dead sticker on her bike helmet. And I wanted to get you a bike helmet with a Grateful Dead sticker.
God.
But I didn't have.
Well, I need a helmet now because I'm having a lot of seizures. The other day, I told you I hit my head on the on the kitchen floor, and I've been having a lot of now complex partials.
But you didn't pass out here, and for that we are grateful.
Well, thanks for all the lights. You're like, here's LED lighting and flashing lights and red lights, but don't have it. And then you're like, seizure.
Listen, it's a miracle you're alive.
I think wearing a fucking helmet while you're shooting coke is harm reduction, at its finest.
It's an amazing form of harm reduction that's never been talked about. Amy Dresnner is a pioneer. Let's hear it for the great Dopey Dres. That's it. And now we're going to play the stash word. So you hang out. You're playing the stash word.
Okay.
We need Jack Osborne back here. And we need, I'm sorry, Jack, you got to come back. And we need, who else is up for the stash word? Amy, Jack, and Mosha. Let's play the stash word. Let's hear it for Amy, Jack, and Mosha. Jack and Mosha, you have to pick a partner. Mosha, you have to pick a partner. And Jack, you have to pick a partner. Yeah, anybody you want. Could be me, could be anybody. You want the kid?
Yeah, I want that boy right
there.
there.
All right, kid, come on up. Jack, who's going to be your partner?
Fucking, my buddy just left. I don't know. Who's my partner? You want me to do it? Yeah, you do it.
Great, I love the stash word.
There you go.
All right.
You're my partner in life.
Are you guys, who's ready to play the stash word? You guys ready? On a scale of 1 to 10, how falling apart is Dopeywood? No, it's not that bad. We're surviving. Mosha, how bad is it falling apart? On a scale of 1 to 10. Yes.
Oh, it was never together, brother.
All right, very good. We're playing the stash word. Mosha, you're up with the kid.
Okay,
Jack.
I want to pitch. I'm going to top.
You're
I'm going to top.
pitching.
Okay.
You stand out here. You take this.
Am I going first? Is that?
You might lose.
It's okay. We can lose. I mean, does it? The stakes could not be lower, bro.
We might lose.
Am I going first or should I? Okay. You got it. You got it. You'll remember this moment forever. How you say goodbye when you're gay?
I don't know. I ain't gay.
Right. Okay, fair enough. That's cool. But you've heard of them. It's like it rhymes with noodles, and you say goodbye.
Doodles.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. Next. You smoke meth out of this. And also you wrap muffins. You wrap muffins in this.
Muffins?
Yeah, and it's
I'm not a
it's like a metal thing that you wrap food in. Oh, man, you really are 16. Next.
I know.
I don't know what that is. Next. I don't know who that is. Next. Okay, you when you want to get high, but you pretend to your mom that you're just cleaning your computer.
Clearing my browser history.
That's a different kind of high. You use it to clean off the gunk that's on after you're done with your browser history that's on the keyboard.
Tissues.
And then it's like a gas. It's like a gas. All right, next. I thought we were gonna nail this.
I told you we were gonna
it's
lose.
like a compressed air.
Yeah.
It's compressed air that
Air in a can.
Yeah, and then and you might want to use it in a way that is illicit.
You
and
should skip
not-
Mosha.
Huffing. He said huffing.
Huffing.
We get it. Next. Annie does this at raves. You fall into a hole on it. It's a horse tranquilizer. It can heal you from childhood trauma, which you're having right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know what I'm talking, no?
Nah.
Okay, next. Forget next. You might, if you're like into S&M and you want to pain, you might put something on your chest. It's
Clamps.
Like, nipple clamps, good.
Yeah.
Next.
You got 15 seconds. No, you got one more.
Oh, keep going.
Yeah, you got 15 seconds.
There's no way he knows where Nepal is. Next. I love my. Oh, you're 16. It's a kind of meat that you eat at TGI Fridays. TGI Fridays.
How many did you get?
I don't know.
How many did they get? 3 or 4? 3.
All right,
or
I think
4?
we nailed that one.
4? Fuck, then we're gonna have a fucking playoff. All right, give Amy and Trey, you're up. You want to give or you want to receive? Amy, you give.
I always receive. So.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Jack, you did amazing.
What?
Trey, you come here.
Oh, my bad.
You look into the audience. Call him a
this.
bitch. Let's hear it for Trey. This is Amy's boyfriend, Trey. Amy, you gotta look at the words though. Turn around, look at the
wait.
words. You're giving, he's receiving.
Oh, I said I was going to be receiving.
Okay, then Trey,
You said you
look
always
at the words.
receive.
All right, let's have
See
the
how
words.
this relationship works. Oh, bitch.
Things you take to get off drugs.
Trey, hold it closer to your face.
Oh, things you take to get off drugs.
Skip.
Suboxone.
Yeah, skip. Meow, plural.
What?
Meow, plural. Bucky. Is
Cats.
Somebody that is not here. A female.
Margaret Cho.
I have no idea.
So pass.
Pass. It's the really smelly marijuana. Pass.
I don't like marijuana.
Me neither. Lots of heroin causes this.
What is it?
You
What?
don't know heroin. We'll pass. My bad. Whales are full of this shit.
No, it's not that word. It's read the word.
Sperm. Sperm.
Oh, you might smoke meth in this.
What?
Skip.
Non-cigarette liquid.
Say it again.
Not cigarette liquid.
Nicotine. Vaping.
It's
Vape juice.
Yeah, like Beetlejuice. Moves pass. Snuffleupagus' friend.
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
He's
I don't
large. He flies.
know. He's large. He flies. Dumbo. I don't know.
How many did they get?
I don't know.
Let's skip, I guess.
Oh, Big Bird.
Okay. Well, let's skip that one too.
You
I
have
can't even
5
pronounce it.
seconds.
Skipping. Skip.
Give you an, okay.
Kung Fu style, the best one.
All right, that's it. How many did you guys get?
I have no idea.
How many did they get? Is anyone keeping track of this thing? They got like
Right,
4
man.
at least. Does anyone know? 5. You got 5. You're winning somehow. You guys were the worst, but somehow you're winning. All right, Jack. Let's play the game.
All right, you're receiving.
Okay, I'll receive.
Good job. All right.
Check. All right, here. You gotta ding the bell if we get it right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll just riff.
Oh yeah, Annie, you come up. You do it with Jack. Aviza, come up and do it with Jack. Come on. Because I did know the words. I did the words. Let's hear it for Aviza really quick. Hardcore Dopey Nation. That's Jack. That's Aviza.
How's it going? Nice to meet you too.
Very nice.
Okay, so I'm feeding it to you.
No, you're receiving.
This isn't working. Oh, it's working now. Hi, Dopey Nation.
You use this to get off of heroin. Some people.
Suboxone?
Yes. Skip? What the fuck is that?
It's a delicious cookie.
He wrote the big book.
Oh, Bill W.
It counts.
Two.
You mix heroin and cocaine, and it becomes
Speedball.
Yeah.
I know my drugs.
If I don't know.
Skip it.
Skip. A lot of people take it, and it makes them focus.
Adderall.
Yeah. It's cocaine. You buy it, and it's the quantity of cocaine you buy.
Brick.
No.
Kilo.
Baller. Much smaller. Smaller.
Gram. 8 ball.
Yeah. Okay, you get this when you shoot heroin, and there's some stuff in it. And you get
nods.
sick.
You get sick. Oh, nausea.
No, there's something in the heroin.
They cut it with it. They cut it. Laxative.
Okay,
Baby
skip,
laxative.
Skip.
Skip.
When you stick drugs up your ass, you.
Boofing.
Nope.
Poop the shooter.
You'll hide the drugs in these things.
Condom.
Close. What's another thing? You blow them up at a party.
A balloon.
Yep.
Okay.
A very emotional singer.
A very emotional singer. Lana Del Rey.
Close. He died. I think he stabbed himself to death.
I don't know who
Singer-songwriter, like super emo. We'll skip.
Just skip it. Yeah.
5 seconds left.
Past, but no thing's happening.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right, you guys dig. They're winning. Let's hear it for Jack and Aviza.
Nice work. Very good.
All right, so what the fuck is... All right, go sit down, everybody. Everybody get ready for the final round of Stash Word. Just put it over there. And thank you, Jack. Let's hear it for Jack.
I got a bed now?
No, you got to stay. You're winning. We will have a final round of the Stash Word, but now we need to welcome the great Bob Forrest, Rich Roll, and the wonderful Aaron Carr. Please come to the stage. Bob Forrest, Rich Roll, and Aaron Carr.
Where we sit.
You sit here, you sit here, you sit here. Now, these are very important people to me and to Dopey. Bob Forrest, of course, started Oro. He does the Don't Die podcast. He is a Dopey legend. Bob, how do you think this thing is going?
It's going great. It's going great. I was there the day after Amy and her husband had that knife thing. I was there. I've been telling everybody. Like, that was real. That's not a comedy skit.
Tell us everything.
Well, some people in this room think, they think that.
Bob, did he deserve it? The stabbing that Amy did?
Not for whatever she was mad about, for lots of other things, but not for that. Right?
What do you remember about the night that Amy told you about the stabbing?
No, it was the next day I saw him, and it was real. Like you said, you didn't do it. You did do it.
All right, Amy, we could have told that story before. Aaron wrote an amazing book called Strung Out. Rich Roll, of course, wrote Chasing Ultra, Finding Ultra? Finding Ultra, amazing book. I read it. I wanted to get fit. It didn't happen for me, but one day it could happen. And he hosts the Rich Roll podcast. And what we're doing is we're going to talk addiction, recovery, and dumb shit. And Erin Carr has a book called Strung Out and does something called Ask Erin, where she gets letters from fans, and she's an unlicensed advice columnist. She's a former elite equestrian, and she's going to read some questions, and we're going to give the people advice.
Okay.
Do you feel prepared to give people advice?
Not really, but this is what we're doing, right?
Is this better than the stash word, though?
This is the non-funny panel, right?
I think it's going to be really funny. You don't think it's going to be funny?
No, let's do it. Let's see what happens.
You got questions?
I got questions.
And Erin, before we go to the questions, why don't you tell the Dopey Nation of your relationship with Bob?
So I met Bob.
Are you gonna tell the story you just said?
Yeah, I
Oh,
may as
okay,
well.
okay,
It's kind of
all right,
funny.
okay.
So I met Bob in 1997. I was 23 years old, and I also met Max at the same time, who is here somewhere.
Hi, Max.
And he was like one of the only men I met who wasn't creepy. And so I really appreciated that. He had the best stories at the Tropical. And then, fast forward a couple years later, and as was my fashion, I had very messy relationships, and I had started hanging out with somebody who was like a notorious womanizer and like had a lot of issues. And I had been missing for a couple of days, and my roommate was in a band with Bob and had told him, we're at 3 of clubs, I think Callie was DJing, and he pulls me outside and he said to me, he looks at me and he's like, Erin, you stay away from Jimmy Boyle.
And did you?
No! I did not stay
She
away
married
from
him and had a child
I
with
ended up
him.
marrying him and had a kid. The marriage did not last very long, but
The
our
kid is
child,
alive and well.
He's alive and well, and he is almost 22 years old, which is crazy. Which coincidentally, now I have 22 years in recovery. So clearly, I
Let's hear it for Erin.
They're related.
Now bust out the questions. Let's get to business here.
Questions. Okay. Oh no, what happened to my questions?
Oh,
Okay, here
Jesus
they are.
Christ.
I've got it. Okay. So the first one, and I picked these because they seemed appropriate. The subject line was quitting a support group. I was in a support group for a decade. It was good for me for a long time, but in recent years, the group began to feel kind of cult-like, demanding for too much of my time and expecting me to make it central to my identity. I left the group and told them I wished them well, but would not be back. Months later, they are still reaching out on the regular, wanting to quote-unquote connect. Do I ignore their calls and texts since I already said goodbye? Do I tell them I think they're in a cult and I want nothing to do with them? Is there a third option that is kind, honest, and unambiguous?
This is like Max and I were talking, so she's unaware of what's happened with Dopey, and I've been filling her in all night. So what happened I think in the 1980s in the 12-step world was there were people like us coming in, and we were like, fuck you, fuck God, fuck all this shit. And we were met with, you need to sit down and shut up, right? Through the years, more of that fuck you, fuck God culminated in the message that Chris clicked with me at Lost and Seen. It's like, yeah, fuck all this. Just stay sober, love one another, be cool. Fuck all these rules. Fuck all this shit. Donald Trump is president. How can you take AA seriously?
Here we go.
You know what I mean? But these people do, and they run people out, and they make you feel like you're in a cult. You're not in a cult. I know cults because, some of my friends grew up in them. Cults have usually this thing where there's an ultimate authority that's going to have sex with everybody. Okay, well, wait, maybe that's a bad equation for AA. But seriously, there's been a revolution in the recovery world, and Dopey's a part of it, and Oro's a part of it. We started Oro House. We had 2 rules. Don't use and be cool. We didn't want the staff to seem any different than the patients, right? It's happened over a 20, 30-year period of time, and Dave and Chris hit onto it. Like, no, you can, I stay in the cult and tell them to fuck you every day, right?
Absolutely. And Rich, how do you deal with the culty nature of support groups?
I mean,
Why are we saying support groups? Say, hey, dude.
Because I'm trying to observe the tradition here. I'm a member.
Sort of
I
like
don't
my
know.
support group. I mean, are we talking about AA or?
I don't want them to come
Maybe
together.
it is a cult.
We don't know. Maybe it is.
If it is a cult, then you should run away. But if we are talking about this being a 12-step meeting, I mean, the obvious kind of response to that is like, find another meeting. There's lots of different meetings. And if somebody's
running you out of town or telling you you're doing it wrong or guilting you or chasing you. Like, there is something unhealthy about that. So find another group, but don't make decisions about what AA or 12-step is based upon a singular experience at a singular meeting.
I think they should just take the cotton out of their ears and put it in their mouth. That's what I think you should take the fucking cotton out of your ears and put it in your fucking mouth. What's the next question?
All right, here we
Or
go.
maybe she's the problem.
Maybe.
I told you this would be
Work
fun.
the steps harder.
They should work the steps harder. Go to a fucking meeting. Pray about it.
This is stuff, you think Dave's some crazy, Chris was the crazy guy. Dave's right straight down the middle, like, when I get to New York, want to go to a meeting? Like, no, not really, I'm in New York.
I'm a happy customer of AA. What do you want me to tell you? I want to say something serious for a second that I meant to say at the beginning of the show. This week, a friend of mine died. His name was Ray. We called him Ray the Clammer. He had 30 years sober. Every time he shared, he would say, I'm a happy customer of AA. He had all the greatest AA fucking shit. He would say, it's the greatest bait and switch that exists. You come in to stop drinking and you become a better person. And he was this beautiful guy, and all he did was service and reached out to people. And I love to make fun of AA, and I love to stick my finger up to everything, but it did save my life. And I'm not trying to be fucking overly hokey, but I love this Ray the Clammer guy. And I know that I want to just give a shout. Let's hear it for Ray the Clammer really quickly, because he was a great, great man on Long Island. I'm going to cry for Ray, but here, tell the story.
Okay. The subject line says, does taking ADHD meds mean I'm not really sober? Hey, Aaron, I've been sober for 2 years, and I was recently diagnosed with ADHD. After talking it through with my doctor, I started taking prescribed medication, a stimulant. It's actually helping a lot. I can focus, I'm more organized, and I feel way less overwhelmed. But now I'm stuck wondering, does this mean I'm not really sober anymore? I've heard different opinions in the recovery world, and honestly, I'm afraid to bring it up in meetings because I don't want people to look at me like I've relapsed. At the same time, I don't want to feel like I'm hiding something or lying to myself. Is it possible to be sober and take prescribed meds? Thank you for any thoughts you have.
Rich Roll?
Absolutely. I mean, if it's doctor prescribed, yeah. I think that's another sort of vestige of AA, this sort of guilting and the real rigor around like what is sober, what isn't sober. If a doctor has, basically diagnosed you with something and given you this prescription, I think then it's about your relationship with that prescription, having a real honest conversation with yourself. And if it's triggering you and leading you in a direction where you're going to start using other things or you're kind of on your way out, then it's problematic. So, but the only way to know that is to be honest in the rooms about it.
When we were in the parking lot, Rich Roll, you said last week you had an amazing experience.
Last week?
Or last month?
Yeah, so I had spinal surgery 30 days ago.
No,
So-
that's not what I was
Is that what
talking
you're
about. I was talking about the ayahuasca ceremony.
Oh, no, that was in December. Yeah.
So how does ayahuasca, because they're not prescribing ayahuasca and you're very sober.
Yeah, definitely not. So, no, it wasn't ayahuasca. I did a medically supervised psilocybin and MDMA, what do you call it, a journey?
It sounds like a relapse to me.
And and maybe it was, you know what I mean? Maybe it was. It like, do I have to reset my clock? Does this change my sobriety date? Like, maybe, I don't know. That's for other people to decide.
No, it's for you to decide.
So I've been sober for a long time, and I host this podcast, and over many years, so many people would come on the show and start telling me about their experience with psychedelics. And I wasn't inviting them on for that reason. It would just come up. I heard countless stories of personal transformation and breakthroughs, and it became undeniable to me that there was something interesting there that was very real. I was very resistant to having this experience, being a good kind of like AA person, but I started to think about it. I talked to a lot of people about it, but it was the prospect of exploring that was intimidating, because if you tell a drug addict that the solution to his or her problem is found in a very powerful mind-altering drug, like that's music to my ears, right? And that was a little scary for me, but
How did you seek it out, and who facilitated
So
it?
it was.
And
it
can you
was
give me
a-
their number?
It was a medical doctor who was a friend of a friend. So here's a good part of the story. So there's a brand that I work with in my podcast called On Running. They make running shoes.
Sure.
And they were doing this marketing campaign that involved Elmo. And so they wanted me to be part of this. They wanted me to shoot this thing where I was going to like do a podcast with Elmo from Sesame Street. But I had to go to Mexico City to shoot this because Elmo is in SAG and apparently he's too expensive to shoot in Los Angeles.
So you got Mexican
I had to leave
Elmo?
the country to go shoot with Elmo. So I fly down there. My wife Julie, who's over there in the hat, say hi.
Cheers for
She
Julie
joined
real
me.
quick.
And I spend the entire day with Elmo, like doing this project, which was like a dream come true. It was like the coolest thing ever.
I'm like, hey, Rich,
yeah,
let's
basically.
take some psilocybin and MDMA together.
So I have Elmo on my brain, but the plan was the next day I was going to go see this medical doctor and have this experience, which I did. Like, but the juxtaposition of like this Elmo godlike character and then this mind-altering experience was very bizarre and interesting. But anyway, I went through it and I was very intentional about it. Like I have like childhood trauma and all these things that I'm trying to work on that I've been working on for many, many years without really having like any kind of major breakthrough. And so my intention and my aspiration was that this would be helpful. And what I got in return from that just exploded my brain. Like I really do think it was the most profound single event experience of my life, and it really shifted me in ways that I could not have imagined or expected. Like I had never done psychedelics before. So for me,
You had never done
for me-
psychedelics?
No, I never had. I have
Wow.
a very boring, like, drunk-a-log story. And it was helpful to me, and that's not to say that it's for everybody. It had very scary moments, like it took me to some really edgy places, but it was a net, it netted out to be extremely positive. For me.
Amazing. Bob, what's your take on this story?
Well, the way she wrote it.
No, Rich's story. Forget
Oh,
that.
his
His
story.
story.
We abandoned the question.
I just fuck the
Clearly.
question.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
way better.
No, I haven't done it because I don't like pooping that much. But seriously, I have this theory that you don't have to live the way you're living. And a lot of times we want these drugs because she has a job and she has to do this and she has to live here and she has to. You don't have to do that. None of us have to live the lives we're living. We could completely change it, and you have the power to change your life. And nobody believes it anymore. I still believe it. I had kids when I'm 50 years old because I don't want to die alone. Right? I'm going to have fucking bunch of kids around my bed when I'm dying. That's something you can do. People are like, how come you have 3 little kids when you're 50, 60 years old? I'm like, because I'm not going to be alone when I die, because I've seen everyone I know be alone when they die. This is a thing you can do. You can change your life. You don't need to take something to make your life the way that it is make sense or be happy. You can change your life. And I really believe that. So, yeah, the letter seems like she's asking all the right questions. She's saying she wants to be sober. She's, it's all good. You can do whatever you want. But I believe in I don't believe we're meant to live like this.
Like
really
what?
don't, human beings. In cages, running around on a hamster wheel, trying to save a 401k, all this fucking shit. I don't think we're meant to live this way, and I think that's why we medicate ourselves. And so then we get back on the hamster wheel. We do. We get back on the hamster wheel when we get sober. I did it, and then you get to this point, I was 5 years sober, I wanted to kill myself, just like Jack was talking about, and you're just like, what? And then I changed my life, and I realized you have this power to completely change your life, change careers, go back to school, move to another country, move to another state. Like, take a chance. And we don't because we're scared. That's why we don't change, because we're scared. So we go to a doctor and say, I need to focus more, and you end up on Adderall. I really believe that. And trauma, if you're going to trauma therapy and it's not working, you're stuck. Try something else, and you did, and it worked.
That's incredible. The most important thing is quality of life. The most important thing is are you happy? What are you doing? Is your life worth living? And if it isn't, take change. It's not about like, you can't do this, you can't do that. What can you do to be better, right?
But people take pills and they go to doctors and they ask for advice when obviously they're not happy in their life. If you're overwhelmed with depression, if you're overwhelmed with anxiety, if you can't focus, look at how you're living and say, is the way I'm living have anything to do with why I'm depressed, why I can't focus, why I'm anxious. Kids, I got like an 8-year-old, there's kids on anxiety medicines in 3rd grade. What the fuck is going on in this country? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Big organic guy, and I don't like to poop, so I haven't taken that stuff.
And Rich, do you feel uncomfortable speaking on this stuff in front of, I mean, how many people are sober abstinent in the crowd? Does it make you uncomfortable to speak on it in the crowd?
No, not at all. I mean, I made that decision beforehand. Like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to own it completely. There is a little bit like, oh, now I go back to my home group and I talk about this, and are they going to think of me differently? But that's their business. It's like none of my business. You know what I mean? I made a decision. I stand by it. I'm happy to talk about it. I don't want to be sheepish about it. And whatever everybody else's opinion about it is, like, I stay out of that.
Listen, for everybody that's getting shit about it, listen, I've been around AA a long time. I've been around for, I think I went when I was 17. I'm 64, like 50 years.
It didn't work when you were 17, though.
No,
That's for sure.
No, are you kidding? But, you know, Bill Wilson, it's documented, took several 50 or more LSD trips under the care of a psychiatrist.
Didn't he have his white light experience on Belladonna, which is a psychedelic anyway? Yeah.
So this whole thing, and you know, you just like do what works for you. But I'm here to send a message like you can change your life too. Don't forget that. So
all right.
You know, there you go.
Let's hear it for these guys. I love that. Rich, thank you for being so brave. Aaron, thank you for having his stuff. And Bob, thank you for changing people's lives. It's amazing. Shane Anholm, why don't you come up and sing a song? And everybody stand by for the Stash Word finale. Let's hear it for these guys, and thank you. Let's hear it for Shane Anholm, everybody.
Hey, you know that whole thing about people judging. Remember in those rooms, our AA rooms, you know, they have that saying, some are sicker than others. Just remember that when someone's giving you advice that, you know, you think's wonky. You dig? But anyway, it's called Making Mud Pies. And it's about dope fiend girls. And it goes, with your proletariat husband and your convict friends, your plastic purse, it's filled with 5s and 10s, your 2 made-up faces and your innocent eyes, your mercury mouth that's spouting endless lies, a silver spoon concealed near your breast, your golden arm hidden in a long-sleeved dress. You listen for Keith Richards on your stolen radio. Watch Boris Karloff at an all-night downtown show. Every morning spent looking for the man who makes you wait. Hours in the rain by the 3rd Street China Gate. Tried methadone, Valium, sweet Jesus, and red wine. But it's hard to kill the passion when it's always on your mind. Judge her with mercy, please don't measure too hard. She was once someone's little girl making mud pies in the yard. Judge her with mercy, please don't measure her too hard. She was once my little girl making mud pies in the yard. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Thank you for having
Can
me.
you hear me? Check. I want to say this really quickly. But the mic, there you go. Shane Anholm is one of the greatest dopey guests we've ever had. Even if people leave, I don't care, because that was what dopey is. That song is the spirit of the show.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad you came. And a mutual friend asked Shane to come on the show, and the week he asked him, Shane happened to be in New York City, and he came to my dad's apartment, and it blew my mind. So thank you so much for coming, Shane.
Thank you for having me.
Right
Thank
on.
you.
All right, now we're gonna play the final round of the Stash Word. Jack Osborne, are you still here? Thank God. Come on, Jack. Aviza, come on. Amy and Trey. Let's hear it for Amy, Trey, Aviza, and Jack. The final round of Stash Word. We're only doing 1 minute rounds. They were supposed to be all 1 minute rounds, but everything got fucked up. These are gonna be quick. 1 minute rounds, sudden death, Stash Word.
When you don't want to stop using totally, so you use this way, so to like use less and safer. What? No. It's like a whole process. It's like a whole movement. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Are you serious?
Fucking pass.
Okay, all right. Next one then. Oh, it's Matt. Who's your
sponsor?
There you go. He has a swastika on his head, and he had chicks, and he like killed a lot of people.
Charlie Manson.
I pass. You do like you huff it, and like it's a gas, and you get too high.
Nitrous.
I don't know what the fuck that is. Go pass. Oh, it's a place you go and people make sure you don't fucking OD.
Treatment.
Jesus Christ. Pass.
Hospital.
Jack and Aviza, can you beat 3 in 1 minute to finally end Dopeywood and the Stash Word? You want to give again, or you want her to give? Let her give.
Okay, you give.
I bet. Let's see how it goes.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I won't screw this one up.
What? No, pass. No. Oh, wait. Okay, it's not passing. So, okay, this is when you're celebrating a sober anniversary, but you're not really sober, and you're just lying to everybody, and you're getting this thing that you don't really deserve.
A false chip.
It's something you eat. Pass. Okay, this is where you go when you like have a problem either watching way too much porno or fucking too many people.
Slaw.
Yes.
Guilty.
Pass. I don't know who this person is. Pass. What? No, pass that one too. I don't even know how to. I'm too young to know this one. Pass it, please. Okay, so animals have this. You have to get them like
neutered,
cleaned.
spayed.
You have to get them cleaned, and it's up their butt.
Oh, that gland, anal gland.
Yes. You have 5 seconds. Oh, pass. I don't even know what that is. Jeez, I don't know that one too. Damn it.
It's over. The winner is Amy and Trey.
Yeah. It's all right. Valiant effort.
Listen, Amy and Trey had to have been the worst Stash Word contestants to ever win. Let's hear it for Amy and Trey. Hold on, I have medals. Hold on. The winners of the Stash Word, Amy and Trey. Take a medal. Where's Jake from West Virginia? I want to thank everybody for coming. This was a glorious train wreck tonight. We tried to make this happen. I'm super grateful to Oro. I'm super grateful to everybody who came. Did you guys have fun? That's good. Where's Jake? So what we do at the end of the show is we say, stay strong, Dopey Nation. And we say fucking toodles for Chris. Thank you, Aviza. Thank you guys for being here. We're gonna do one last song. If you know the words, please sing along. If you don't, you can go like everybody else left. Hold on.
Till I get some money in my pockets, and I guess I'll just have to walk around my neighborhood. But I wanna be good so bad. Wanna be so good, so bad, so bad. I desire's all I ever had.
And I want to take a ride up in the sky. Watch those airplanes just pass me by. Sing. And I want to see a Lear jetliner take a dive, just to show all of these people what it means to be alive. But I want to be good so bad.
Want to be so good, so bad, so bad. I want to be good so bad. Bad desire's all I ever had.
And my shadow's getting smaller and smaller. And it's high noon where I stand. Shadow's getting smaller and smaller. And it's high noon where I stand. And I wonder, would they pay it any mind when I leave this busted city far behind?
I'll take the high road, however far it winds, because peace and love are very, very, very hard to find. But I want to be good so bad. Want to be so good, so bad, so bad. I want to be good so bad. Bad desire's all I ever had.
Do the verse.
In my burned out basement listening to the Dopey Show. The only friends I have are on this little radio. I keep checking on my pulse because it feels like I might die. The thought of straightening up sounds so much better when you're high. But I want to be good so bad. Want to be so good, so bad, so bad. I want to be good so bad. Bad desire's all I ever had.
And damn it, all these suckers make me mad. And it's all I ever had. 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 And these suckers make me mad. And it's all I ever had. And I want to call my dad. And it's all I ever had. And it's all I ever had. And it's all I ever had. Thank you, everybody, for staying. This has been our first ever and maybe last ever Dopeywood. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Oro. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for coming.